Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the road to Rio. My name is Dinko, I'm going to be joined by Blair, and we're here for the final map of the best of 3 between GODSENT and Copenhagen Flames. Now it's Nuke, a map that, like we said earlier, Blair, it's not a map that both teams are massively comfortable on. It's not their best map by any means, but that is why it is the third map in a best of 3.
Yeah, if you look at the recent games, you would probably want to give this one to Flames, because I do believe, I could be wrong here, but I do believe they picked this against Contact. But unfortunately, they did lose 16-13 on that map. And for GODSENT, like you said, they don't play this that often. They usually leave it as a third map as a decider in a best of 3 series. So haven't really seen them play this in the past 1 week or so. So it's going to be iffy. It's going to be some interesting stuff coming up. And aggression coming in, and Michaelele and Zen teaming up together to get the kill on the refresh. And it's a long-range duel where the blocks being won. Crystal doesn't stop holding W, finds one, but Nodius replies back with 2 quick slaps in the face. And he makes sure his team maintains the man advantage.
Well, there's the kill. Farley able to take away Stick Up. Madden and Zen stand into a 2v4 on the site. Farley going to take shots in towards the squeaky door. Madden running up, chasing inside of the vent with the Glock that he runs with. Winning this round is pretty much done, as Queen X is going to hit the footstep. Doesn't quite react until this point, but eventually we'll get the kill. Madden hitting the deck. Copenhagen Flames finding the pistol. Now, so going in predictions then, Bless. So you predicted Copenhagen Flames. Or are you going to start with GODSENT?
Yeah,
I'm going to go GODSENT.
All right, fair enough. I think it's very, very 50-50 up there. And I like a split desk, you know. That's what I usually do, work at the desk. I always like it, but it's kind of like, you know, split so we can always, like, rub it in. I'm going to rub it in if you lose, Dinkup, just letting you know right now.
I'm ready for it. I think I can handle it. It's all good.
All right, for GODSENT, though, let's see if they can handle it. Buys Tech9's steam rolling through onto the upper side. Finds one, tapping away his mod, and he finally, well, actually doesn't get anything done, but it's all of a sudden on Michaelele, and he can win this. Notice is the only player with any HP to work with. Queenix, if he gets found out, he gets found out. It's a 1v1. Tech9 at the range does so much damage. Michaelele, 1v1, 57 HP. Molotov's going to push him back, but Nodius definitely at a disadvantage. He goes for the duel, and he survives, and 12 HP of Michaelele. Brilliant attempt, but at that range, the Tech9 just wasn't enough.
Well, again, nearly a sign of a back and forth scrappy affair at the beginning of things, but Copenhagen Flames do find themselves at 2-0, all being picked up early on towards Farlig, the MVP impact player of the last round, but we move into this one without much of a contest. This should be presented by GODSENT. Should just be an easy blow over it for the Copenhagen Flames. Get into the next round, get into the meat and potatoes of this game. It's the gun round, so one more of these. Get right into the important ones. Nate goes up. Madden's going to take damage. Players on top of the marshmallow. Nodius aggressive up in towards ramp room. You can find a couple of players coming that way. Generally, I'm not a fan of going aggressive in the ramp room in these kind of rounds, because you never really know how many pistols are going to be running at you.
Yeah, 100%. I agree with you. You got to play the odds. And there are a few teams where they like going for this risky plays, trying to catch their opponents off guard, but you got to do the math, right? You got to be like, all right, is it worth the aggression? Sure, you might get a kill, but then you give a free gun. This time, better, well, more calmer heads will prevail. Refresh, falling back with Squeaky, not really looking to take the duels. Those Deagles, man, they might have buffed the jumping accuracy. Sorry, they nerfed it rather, but it is still very viable. But at that range, Farik with the AUG having no trouble lining 2 players up. And we spoke about the Deagle. Body shots can do that much damage. Refresh now, trapped in the corner. He's still getting riddled by the bullets, but he will stay alive. And again, it's all done to Madden in a 1v4, and he will be no more, I guess. It's 23 HP. Frolic finds him from behind. Easy little triple kill for him. Eco frags, but still, you know, padding those stats up.
Well, 3-0. Copenhagen Flames. An AWP to deal with against them now. It's going to be Michaelele picking that up early on. Now, he can be a very impactful player if he can get going early on Nuke. I see it in the past at a couple of events he played at towards the end of 2019. He was showing up and having big performances on Nuke. See if that is the case here. Days in play. Plenty of utility. Copenhagen Flames going for a little bit of a bonus. I mean, they've shown that they love to keep the FAMAS in play on 2 of the players. Hooksy has certainly been the one leading the way on it. Who's coming in, trying to get Michaelele up on top of red, so we can see further down in towards the yard area. Up in towards heaven. Fresh is hiding in behind garage. Or in towards secret as he runs down.
For me, just looking at the scores right now, Frolic sitting with 7 frags and 1 death. Yes, a few of them were eco frags. It is still early days, but you gotta ask yourself, is this the game where he comes alive, right? Finds one, doesn't find a second. The Zen with immediate trade. But the C4 getting spotted on the back of Zen, that's gonna force the CTs to make a few decisions. Refresh pushed up pretty deep towards Secret. This could potentially catch a couple of players off guard. And that's gonna allow Nodios to stick around towards the ramp area. Now he's gonna feel a little aggressive, and if he walks up and he finds no one, that's gonna be massive. Sticko's still roaming around towards Marshmallow, and like I said, Refresh. A little bit of TK coming in as well. Michael did ding down at 7 HP. I do believe that was by Zen. And now there's information gleaned. Now they know where the bomb is making its way towards. 3v3 though, still in favor. Well, no, not really in favor of anyone at this moment, but notice his position here. He could easily get a couple. Michael is barely alive on 7 HP. Sticko, he's got a lot of work to do. 20 seconds on the clock. They need to make some haste now.
Well, Queenix looks up and catches out. Sticko, a second coming in as well. They talk about the fact that GODSENT will struggle against FAMAS. And well, there goes Zen with a triple kill, but he falls to his death inside the vent. Not enough time to really get anything done there in that round, unfortunately for him. But 4-0. Copenhagen Flames finding themselves the flawless start. GODSENT haven't really got into things. Take a look at what they have in this round. There's going to be a couple of Deagles sprinkled in, a little bit of Kevlar. If they were to force, they would be missing quite a lot. Pistols in play. 1 AK for Madden, going for the hero AK setup. Now this is pretty common now in the meta of CS, as we do see one of the best players pick up an AK, just have something to work with. And Madden is certainly a player on the T side that could go nuclear enough to win a round.
Oh, absolutely. He has definitely been the player to watch so far in this series. Oh, Sticko gets spotted out. Trying to time that peak, and Frolic immediately rotates because information has been conveyed, and he knows exactly what Sticko is. It's going to be a free kill for him. Just pistols all around. Madden hasn't been spotted out. The fact that they see the Deagle could give them a false sense of comfort here for the CTs, but one by one they get picked apart. Refresh finds himself a double, and that's the AK-47 taken down as well. So 5-0 for Copenhagen Flames. They're looking really good right now, Adam. And the fact that they won that round without losing a single player as well means their money is looking pretty solid as well, time being.
Yeah, really starting to build that economy early on here on the CT side. And we know that's important because we've seen them struggle when they don't get control of that economy. And that's been the case across both maps. Copenhagen Flames have failed to get off to a good start on either Inferno or Dust 2. So this is a complete change in pace for them. Nice change of scenery, I'm sure. Finally, the gauntlet being laid at their feet. The challenge accepted by Copenhagen Flames. Going to get aggressive in towards ramp. One player up there. Nodius falls in towards B. That smoke coming in towards the vent. There could have been a player already dropping. But GODSENT are going to start putting players towards outside. 4 crossing beyond yard. Zen is a little bit further behind, but it means Sticko can make a play in towards A. Hooksy caught off. Man advantage picked up, while Sticko's looking at the wrong direction at the wrong time, it seemed, but still finds a kill in towards Hut. Farlig not quick enough to catch off Sticko.
Now they know, though. Just saw the one player towards up on Sticko, and it's going to come down to Nodios. He finds one, he's burning alive, doing so much damage. Oh, Stumble 11, 10 HP. The bomb is finally going to go down very early. In fact, still had time to work, but Crystal gets it down in the smoke. And I don't even know how Nodius is still alive, as he chimes in with some little bit of extra damage. Frolic with the flashbang. It's all on Zen and Michael to make this work. And Michael with a nice peek, making it a 2v2, making it very doable, as Nodius is going to be left alive in a 1v2.
They'll tap the bottom and going in for the defuse, looking all over the place as they come in towards him. It's the Mac 10. They'll take Nodius away. GODSENT. And they're first on the board, and it works in towards the lower bomb site. Sticko really was the impact player of that round, finding 2 really important kills towards that top site. Creating enough of a distraction and also a hole in the defense for GODSENT to be able to capitalize. There's the first on the board. Now they have to turn it into a consistent fact if they want to continually scrape away at this economy. Copenhagen Flames, their money was looking good at the start of the previous, but it's starting to look pretty damn poor at the start of this one.
Indeed. It is. And And we spoke about aggression, and this time, oh, how is Crystal alive? Refresh. Need to get those. He in fact gets taken down. At least a trade does come in from Frolic. And Queenix, I mean, what? Do you even need any eyesight? Just through the smoke, easy as you please. And it's all the final play remaining. Frolic with no trouble landing a shot. And Copenhagen Flames the answer back. Lose a couple of players, but that's all right. Queenix will be dropped to weapon, so we'll refresh. And for GODSENT, they can eke out a buy, but it won't be ideal. But at this juncture, I'd just go for a half buy. In fact, I'm going to go for the full investment. AK's coming out. Crystal going to be taking one for the team alongside Michael. They're going to go for the UMP and the MAC-10 just to enable the team to have a little bit of extra utility. Just looking sparse on other two players. And Refresh pushing it deep towards Garage. I think he's really played that angle much. Maybe just 1-2 rounds so far in this half. That could catch a player off guard. Nodios, meanwhile, floating towards ramp. He's got back in the form of Farlig again. As contact being made, Marden opens it up. 2 quick kills. That's up a bomb site taken over. Farlig from the heavens at least gets 1 trade, but that might not be enough.
And they're going in towards Heaven. Farlig going to take a little bit of damage on board from it. Sticko holding on. Nodius walks right towards his crosshair. Sticko easily collecting that kill. Now 4v2 certainly looking good for GODSENT. The round will be won. I said they had to win a couple of it in a row now. They can't afford to just win one, lose one. Otherwise, they'll be right back into their economic deficit. But they win the follow-up round. They win the important one, and now they are on track. On a little bit of momentum themselves. Copenhagen Flames desperately need to save these 2 weapons, and it looks like that will be happening. The AWP, the most important, obviously, and it's far removed from any situation. All the way back in spawn.
Both the rounds GODSENT have won have been through the opening kills coming in through Squeaky. The first time was Sticko at the edge of the now was the second one was really sick as well. So they need to fix that little bit of a chink in their armor. Everything else is looking still pretty solid for Flames. Their ramp hold is solid, especially towards outer. They go for aggression. Sometimes they fall back and play, you know, some of these cheeky off angles that Refresh was doing towards Secret earlier on. But yeah, that Squeaky control is a little iffy at the moment. And that should be a hole they should be looking to plug real quickly. We have a buy, again, coming out from Flames. Not the best of buys. A couple of M4s for Mars. The AWP still in the hands of Frolic. And Hooksy with the MP9. And finally, a solid buy for GODSENT. They even have a little bit of extra buffer to work with in case this round goes the way of the Danish side. Zen, tossing a little bit of utility here towards upper, maybe trying to draw the rotation while the rest of his team makes their way towards upper. Madden, once again, leading the charge.
Well, Madden this time is put a stop to by Refresh, although Crystal gets the trade right back in. An important follow-up to find. Now, Michael Lele all the way pushed through Garage. Needs to be careful with that battle from Fireleague. Fireleague definitely has the better position here, with the advantage of just holding onto the angle, whereas Michael Lele find out where he's playing from. Probably best he doesn't peek beyond it. Sticko has been a bit of a nuisance in the hands of Copenhagen Flames in the last couple of rounds, so keep track of him, but it doesn't matter because they've lost Nodius in towards the ramp. He was completely unaware, it seems, of that possibility, and Zen just catches him looking the wrong way. I think that might even be just round done at this point. If Farley doesn't get this kill, well, he will. Sticko falls, so maybe a chance, but GODSENT on towards the lower side. Have so much time to get post-plant positions. No kit available here on the CT side either. And the money's not good. So there's quite a few factors playing into the fact that they should just save this. And that's exactly the decision that has been made.
Yeah, it is the right call. Don't see the kits around either. I'm not too sure Refresh and Nodios had any kits when they fell. Money looking a little shaky for the Flame side, despite having a domineering 5-0 lead initially. Slowly but surely, GODSENT have whittled away at their economy. 2 rounds in a row for GODSENT for the very first time so far in the series. 6-3 from 5-0 is definitely a very solid mini comeback, some people might say. Although it is Nuke, it's not Train. It is a map where over the years, over the months, it's gone from being a traditionally very CT-sided map to a map where if you know what to do in the T side, you can make life very, very rough indeed for the CTs. So Definitely still too early to call it right now. That being said, this is a round that should definitely be favoring GODSENT. But that being said, again, that AWP in hands of Frolic, he's been just dominating so far in this game. 15-3. 15 kills and 3 deaths, along with side 2 assists in 9 rounds. That's a Frolic we want to see. But he has been taken down a notch. He finds Crystal, though, before that happens. And he's down to 38 HP. Quick trade coming in by Sticko and Denodius towards Ramp, who just had a UMP. But his 3 rifles that AWP and the FAMAS are still in contention. 4v3 now. But never mind, it's all the Hooksy, as everyone falls one by one, almost simultaneously. And Hooksy with AK-47, not a chance in hell for him. He should be going for the save, and that's not going to happen. Madden will win the duel. It's going to be round number 4 for GODSENT.
Good momentum being built up by GODSENT. We take a look at the money from Copenhagen Flames. They'll have enough for a buy, but no AWP. And Farley has been such an impressive player that you kind of want him on that as often as possible. So, be interesting to see what decision they go for. They're calling a tactical timeout to talk over things here at Copenhagen Flames. Certainly an important round ahead. Although GODSENT have just really looked good after the initial few fumbles, I would say. They didn't really get off to the greatest of starts. But as soon as they get those rifles in play, you can see based on, it's not even the good system. It's just their individuals are so good that they're able to make winnable situations out of anything.
True, and that's what you want to work on, right? If you have these individuals playing a team like Copenhagen Flames who aren't exactly a Fnatic or an Astralis, like, you know, if GODSENT are facing off against a Fnatic, for example, it's going to be rough, because Fnatic just have this insane no-respect style of play that they've been going with, and it's been working out wonderfully for them. #1 team right now in the world as well. But if you look at GODSENT, you have these individuals, don't have to try anything too fancy. Copenhagen Flames are giving them a lot of respect, a lot of space to work with, and this is where you just want to use the fact that you have the firepower, you have the star power, just try to make it work, just try to play some fundamental, simple CS. And it's been working out for them so far. And now, another very, very light buy for Copenhagen Flames. They still need some little bit of extra cash. A few upgraded pistols. UMP, Frolic, caught out by Crystal. Takes a bit of damage, but that's okay. Is he going to push in further is the question. He's looking for more spots at Nodios, but a nice tag from Frolic helps Nodios land the body shot and gets the kill. Got that AK-47. With that UMP, things could get a little tricky. As Hooksy pushes in, CZ, bomb dropped at his feet. Things have suddenly looked a little bit more dicier for the T's here.
Michael Langley running in towards the site. It's going to be the Tech 9 taking away Nodius. And that does leave Refresh into 1v3. He will fall. Sticko with a headshot. And GODSENT will walk away with a round win. Again, only surviving with 2 players, but the money is really flush on the team anyway. So that's not too much of an issue. And Copenhagen Flames coming into this next round. They'll have the AWP in the hands of Farleague again. Definitely want to get that in. Hooksy's had a bit of a quiet performance. We'll see if he can step up in this round. As yeah, M4s get purchased around the sniper. Plenty of utility this time. And it's actually GODSENT who go for the tactical timeout this time.
It's a good call. You wanna like slow things down maybe a little bit. Now you know it's a buy coming in from Flames, right? And you have a 4-round streak. You can actually now hope for ending the half while being in the lead. An 8-7 is very much possible, which is wild considering it was 5-0 for the Danish side just a few minutes back, and now all of a sudden the tables have turned. The turntables have indeed happened, and now GODSENT 4-round streak, they could potentially make it 5. And Flames, they haven't really switched up anything much in the way they're setting up their players. They have the player towards ramp, they have the offloading towards from hell to ramp. Refresh being the secret player, maybe floating around to a secret and outer. Let's see what they mix up this time around. Nothing much. Nodius again playing alone, buys lonesome towards ramp. Falling a little bit of a repositioning, playing all the way back from the crate near CD spawn. But apart from that, it's been a very, very static setup. They have the 3 players towards upper. Sorry, 2 players towards upper. They have Refresh playing towards secret. Nothing too different. And GODSENT, now they're going to be going for the upper hit. It's been working out wonderfully for them. That works out again. Hooksy though avoids the flashbang perfectly. Goes to the spray. Control finds 2, but finally gets taken down. And Refresh strikes with the AUG. And this time around, GODSENT, it doesn't work out for them. It's going to be all on Zen, and Frolic is lying in wait like an eagle from above. 7-5 for Copenhagen Flames. They do finally manage to stop the streak. But GODSENT, God almighty, look at the cash they have to work with.
Yeah, the money is starting to look really solid. Did Sticko just buy a sawed-off shotgun? Yes, he did. So that's a little bit of wasted cash, but you know, I think that's just flexing a little bit. He can afford a sawed-off. Just throw it to the floor. Well, money is looking good for the Copenhagen Flames side in terms of this buy. They've got the open hands of Fire League, M4s and AKs and all galore across the board. They're looking to try and get aggressive in towards the ramp room. Now, Nodius has tried this a lot. Not really worked for him too often, but he's going to try it anyway. Madden getting aggressive through the squeaky door, and that's the type of aggression you can expect from this guy. And it works more often than not. Sticko, a little bit of a cheeky play on the edge of the smoke, allows him to pick up the kill onto Nodius, who attempted the aggression again. And yet again, it fails.
Again, right? It's the third time that's happened, maybe even the fourth time so far in this half, where GODSENT just get these opening picks from Squeaky, and just like that, it's a 2v5, makes it a 2v4 as Far League does strike. Now they know where one player is. Modern just... This guy just has bloodlust happening. Refresh though, going for the hero play, all of a sudden he finds two, looking for more, but Michael Lele just holds the line, and the trigger finger is perfect this time around. 6 rounds for GODSENT, and they have once more successfully just... not completely broken the economy, but they made things very uncomfortable for the Danish side. They have to go for an eco here, maybe a few upgraded pistols. But this is a golden opportunity for GODSENT to potentially close it out 8-7.
I feel like Madden just goes Hulk mode. He just smashes everything in his way, even his own teammates.
It's like Kill. It's like, I know no friends. I should everything I say. And again, man, like it's a third time it's happened. That's a chunky nade stack, not bad.
There's definitely a weakness in the defense from Copenhagen Flames. The GODSENT have clearly seen and exploit over and over again, and if they don't fix it, keep exploiting it. That's the mantra here for the GODSENT side. And while they've managed 6 rounds off the back of it, Copenhagen Flames, just the pistols in play. Hooksy. Some shots on towards Stico. Does land a little bit, but not too much to be excited about. You know what? I think a star player has to be pretty much good at everything, right? And Madden is good on the AWP. He's good on the entries. He's good in the clutch rounds as well. This guy is just solid overall. And there he is, showing his skills on the AWP, taking down Queenix. Bristol trying to take a battle against Nodius. Probably not favored to re-peek into that one, but Madden, with his 6th sense, is ready for the aggression of Refresh. Nodius burns alive in the Molotov of Crystal. That leaves Hooksy into a 1v4.
Hooksy. Deagle. There's always a chance. Always a chance. But Michael Lele will have no trouble. Well, look a little scary there. But 7-7 scores a tide. We will have a buy definitely coming in for Copenhagen Flames, and they should have enough to work with. They should be able to easily afford whatever weaponry they're going for. Far League debating whether he goes for the AWP and just the Kevlar, which he will be going for. That means no utility for the man. And GODSENT, man, if they can close this out 8-7, Adam, this could be huge. Bear in mind, 5-0 up was Copenhagen Flames initially. And now GODSENT on the verge of going to the second half with the 1-round lead. That is just massive.
Oh, Michael Lele. Nice. Got the 50, but finally got won a battle against Sticko. Not exactly the most favourable fight there, Sticko. You know, taking a long-range battle against an AWPer. Especially in that kind of angle. I feel like vertical aim is probably the most difficult within CS. One of the more difficult to manage mechanics.
Indeed, I do believe it's one of the few shooters where, you know, vertical aim isn't really much a thing. And I've noticed this with many players, you know, who play CS transitioning to other games, especially arena shooter-like games, where you have to have awareness of, you know, your vertical awareness, basically. And they do tend to struggle on that. I personally struggle quite a bit when I try playing, getting my hands on.
Because we don't even have, like, we don't even have different sensitivities for different axes, right? It's always the same sensitivity no matter what. Because it is such a...
Yeah, I really thought about that, which is true. Frolic, he doesn't care about verticality, horizontality. Is that a word? I don't know. All he care about is the fact that he's just landing shots with it all. Finds 2. As he tries desperately to ensure that Flames at least have the 1-round lead going to the second half. Zen opening up the door towards Decon is pretty much announcing his presence, and Frolic still scoped in towards the control room area, being quite a nuisance indeed. 20 seconds, they need to get the bomb down, but they're already 2 men down.
Ooh, Farleague wants the kill, but his teammate is just fallen. There we go. Takes away Crystal. Round's going to be done here. It does leave Zen all on his lonesome. A great recovery from GODSENT overall, but Copenhagen Flames will still head into the second with the round lead. It's time for a break, though, ladies and gentlemen. When we return, we'll have the second half ready for you.
You cashed in on my promises. You know I'm too generous. Now I've learned to never help you out. 'Cause I'm done cleaning up your mess. Found myself in my regrets. I've become a little stronger now. A little stronger now. Casting on my promises, you know I'm too generous. Now I've learned to never help you out. 'Cause I'm done cleaning up your mess. Found myself in my regret. I've become a little stronger now. A little stronger now. In the night, I hear him talk. Coldest story he ever told. Somewhere far along the road, he lost a soul to a woman so heartless. Oh, how could you be so heartless? Oh, how could you be so cold as the winter winds when it breezes you? Just remember that you're talking to me, yeah. You need to watch the way you're talking to me, oh. I mean, after all the things that we've been through, I mean, after all the things we got into. Hey, yo, I know of some things but you ain't told me. Hey, yo, I did some things, but that's the old me. And now you wanna get me back and you gon' show me. So you walk around like you don't know me. You got new friends, well I got homies. But in the end it's still so lonely. In the night I hear him talk. Cold as so.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to ESL 1 Road to Rio. It's time for the second half, and immediately a headshot coming through. Sticko, a little too much off the top.
Yeah, I just literally just tuned into the game, and it's insta one tap from Queenix. He is a raid boss for the round, the mini raid boss. He's got a P250, P250 with the Kevlar and refresh as well. It's a double mini raid boss. I did not notice that, but then though, a lot of players out. He finds one, almost finds a second, and that's a right call. He falls on back, doesn't stick around. Maikalele, meanwhile, find it recreate what he did early on, and he's making it work. In fact, refresh with a TK. Things are just falling apart, but now it's all on Michaelele. 1v2. He's got a kid, no Kevlar, so aim punch is going to be a problem. He's trying to go for the double peek.
Oh, no.
Looking for the final kill, but refresh denies him. A valiant effort from Michaelele, but Copenhagen Flames, they needed the round and to make it work.
Well, that's a big step up. Copenhagen Flames needed the pistol. Get off to a good start with the P250s. Yeah, not the cleanest of rounds, but they do get it done in the end. Refresh, you know, he did kill his own teammate, but ends up winning the round anyway, so we'll forgive him. We'll let it slide. And it's 9-7. Copenhagen Flames into the lead. And staying there as well. Obviously, they picked up the 8th round at the end of the first half, and while picking up that extends their lead further. Now Crystal, further back with the Deagle, spamming away, dropping Nodius to 9 HP as he hides and cowers in behind the vent, hoping that more bullets don't fly in his direction.
I love how, after all the damage, the remaining 5 bullets just completely miss him.
Yeah. They go around to take a picture, but he has been a distraction for his team that have just run straight down Secret. Zen does manage a kill on towards Nodius, but 4v4, even trades back and forth. T side should be overwhelming this B-bomb site any second now with the bomb plant. They're just making sure that they're careful, but in being careful, they've allowed GODSENT to rotate all 4 players in towards ramp, so this could be chaotic.
This could get, the moment the Molotov gets dissipated, and they haven't tossed in a second Molotov, so here comes CD just pushing, and already a CD inside control. Bomb gets planted. Now, Queenix might not be expecting this player to see who's walked in, and that is Crystal with a Deagle, and he's going to find himself a free frag. That is such a big blunder coming in from the T's. Queenix with the Macklin could do some trouble, though, but the AK-47 in the hands of Crystal, that's going to be lethal. Finds 1, 2, and 3. 1 remains Frolic in a 1v3. He finds 1 with the Galil. 2 more to find.
Oh, well, the Deagle's coming back in. It's Madden, and there it is. GODSENT walk away, and they steal the round. Copenhagen Flames come into it with the better buy. GODSENT have pistols sprinkled across the board, but they still walk away with the win. And I think that's just actually a little bit too much caution from Copenhagen Flames, who were scared to run in towards the B-bomb site. They wanted to make sure it was empty before they run in, and well, that just allowed GODSENT to rotate all 4 players down in towards the ramp, and they still had to plant the bomb at that point. So Copenhagen Flames almost their own enemy there.
Yeah, I mean, they had another Molotov, which they didn't toss it in time. So the Molotov faded away while the bomb was getting planted. No one is spotting towards ramp, and that allowed Crystal just bunny hop his way to inside the control room. He finds 3 kills from there. He catches a player towards Vents, who was looking the wrong way, picks up an AK-47, 2 more kills. That's it, round's done. That should never have happened, and that was such a big blunder by the Danes. And a very, very quick round coming in for GODSENT to complete eco mop-up. And again, Flames have only themselves to blame for this. That was a round they should not have lost.
Well, 9-9. And we talked about this on Inferno, the fact that Copenhagen Flames have a tendency to throw away the rounds they should be winning. And when you're an underdog, that doesn't really go too well. It doesn't bode well at all. You're going to have to win those rounds. Especially in such a close affair against GODSENT. As soon as they take any momentum, they're going to run with it for the next few rounds. So, Copenhagen Flames have to win this. They have to win this next round to rectify their previous mistake.
You have the arsenal to work with. It would be unfortunate for Copenhagen Flames to fall, because looking at the scoreboard, it's a very distinctly different picture. If you look at the fragging department for GODSENT, Michaelele, Madden, Zen, and Sticko have 12 frags each, and Crystal on 9, just trailing by 3 frags. And then for Copenhagen Flames, we have Queenix, Nodius, and Hooksy, who are below 10. They're 9, 9, and 7, Refresh and 14, and Farlig on 22. He's like by far topping the leaderboards on both the sides. So we don't want it to be one-man show right now, right? We want the rest of them to step up. But it goes to show, we're talking about the individual players in GODSENT, and all of them are individually very gifted indeed. They're all potential frag stars. And for Copenhagen Flames, right now, they need to be relying on the teamwork. They need to be relying on their their protocols. They are still the underdogs here. And looking at that second round, the second half, where they were just so trepidant going to the lower bomb site, they kind of need to grow a pair, Dinko. Let's put it simply there.
Yeah, exactly. Well, they have to do it here. This is certainly a ballsy call to go 17 seconds left on the clock in towards the site. And well, Madden is going to punish them for it. 2 picked up. Michael as well. This round is done. Refresh, the last remaining player. Not enough time to recover the bomb and get it planted. And no time for the kills either. He will fall away. It's going to be a 10th round on the board for GODSENT. All he needs to do is stay alive and not die after time. And that is at least a small victory for Refresh, but the round still goes in favor of GODSENT, and Madden just holding on, getting the 2 kills that instantly annihilates any of their chances.
M4A1 at that range. You would have expected him to like maybe find one that get taken down, traded immediately, but of course doesn't happen. And yeah, this is looking... Wait, did Refresh just go for the buy? Yeah, I guess he'll have enough money. It won't be the best buy into the next round. May have to just make do with an AK-47 and Kevlar, but with no utility. But he's gonna go for the hero AK buy, which is curious. The rest of his team going for the full eco. He's gonna be the hero here. It's literally a full eco. They have Glocks, and everyone will Refresh the only player with anything to work with, and he's gonna have to lead the charge here. He's gonna be leading the way. AK in hand, goes for the spray. Does a bit of damage. Doesn't quite get the kill. Now the rest of his teammates just gathered around him. Like little gremlins looking to pick up the kill once he does the damage, but they're walking him straight into the slaughter. It's gonna be the M4A1 of Mod, and then he just finds 2 before he gets taken down, and this might actually work on out. That hero AK buy from Refresh, if this works out, GODSENT, oh, they're gonna be kicking themselves.
Well, Zen back it away. It's going to be the lineup for Michael Lele. He does manage the kill on towards Refresh. Nodius holding on in towards the control room. He heads his way towards the bottom of the stairs. Every entrance, but Michael Lele slipped on by. The Magician appears behind. Now, Fireleague on. It's only Nodius left into a 1v3. The defuse has been tapped. It's not the full commitment. Crystal bits the peak, and he will go for the defuse as well. 11-9 on the board. GODSENT will get it done. Money in the bank, though, for Copenhagen Flames, but it's not enough to get close in rounds and get the bomb plants. Now they have to start winning them, and this more than most.
Indeed, they have to. And yeah, Refresh... I like that. I like who went for the Galil. Definitely a gun that was buffed a while back, although, that being said, they haven't. It hasn't really... I don't know, it hasn't... it's a good anti-eco gun, I guess, and T-side, especially in the second round, but apart from that, I haven't really seen it being used that often, but... I like how Hooksy's dropped the AK to Refresh, and instead he's the one wielding the Galil, but there you have it. Full buy now for Oleg with the AWP, his weapon of choice. He was quite deadly in the CD side with a zoom banger. And this time around, we'll be looking to get that opening pick. He will have to duke it out rather, against Sticko if he does opt to go towards ramp. But by the looks of it, they're slowly inching their way towards the lobby. It's a lot of time to work with and a lot of utility as well in the hands of the Danish side. But they're not really finding anything here. You can see the CTs. They're not really showing their hand. They're taking the time, just delaying them. Tossing the nades, their Molotovs. And Copenhagen Flames, they're very comfortable playing this one late as well. My worry here, Adam, is they take 2. This has happened a few times in Inferno, it happened to Dust 2, it's happened in Nuke as well, where they just leave it like 20 seconds and they just run in like headless chickens, and hopefully that doesn't happen here.
I feel like some teams run the clock down. I'm not saying it's just the Copenhagen Flames do this, but I do see it a lot, like some of the lower tier teams. They run the clock down just for the sake of running the clock down, and there's no real reason to do it. In a lot of their systems, it's not like they're doing anything off the back of it, but this is certainly a late push, trying to start them with information, but Madden's going to line them up. That's 2 kills picked up from the site, and it's just rinse and repeat. Madden just sits back, patiently waits. When they inevitably run in, he's there with 2 kills. Now it's Fireleague, a 1v2 required of him. He'll tap the bomb, it has the right read. Sticko knows that he hasn't gone for it and comes back in towards the lobby and swings for the clutch. It's going to be 12-9. GODSENT 4 away from victory, and Sticko, he was just about to walk into his death against Fireleague there, but makes the right call to back away.
I wonder how Sticko knew there. What did he
scope? I don't know if he made a step or something, because it didn't look like Fireleague had even made a slight step.
Yeah,
maybe
that was
Sticko just
very
making the right call.
Right call, maybe, you know, his sixth sense tingling But yeah, Mr. Sika does manage to clutch that one out. Looked scary there for a second. Frolic, we definitely know what this guy can do. Right now, he's sitting at 24 frags as well. But Copenhagen Flames, they come close. But no cigar. And GODSENT slowly but surely starting to run away with this one. They've won 5 in a row. It was an 8-7 half in favor of Flames. But that one-round lead is a distant memory at this point. As GODSENT looking so very good. And Madden, man, this guy's almost everywhere, isn't he? Like, that HUD hold. Like, he gets the 2 kills, he crouches down, he trusts in his teammate playing behind the bomb site to get the player peeking out. And he just does such a good job, not just taking the duel, but staying alive. And then, oh no, he's out in the open. He's out in the open, but he still manages to stay alive at 4 HP. In fact, he dinks on Hooksy as well. And Hooksy, scared away, and Zen somehow survives. And look at Madden with the plays. This man's a madman. And of course he gets a kill as well.
Yeah.
It's just ridiculous.
I mean, if you're betting on anybody to do that kind of play and come out with success, it would certainly be Madden. You put your money on. He's certainly a solid player, shown that he can have smart aggression and quite a high success rate. Our league throwing the smoke towards outside. It's going to be a wall of smokes being deployed towards outside. Michael Lele playing for information from the secret stairs. We'll start to realize no one's actually coming over here, so GODSENT can just hold their players inside. With under a minute left, Copenhagen Flames don't have any map control really, and also they're starved of info. They don't know where anybody's playing from, and don't know that they're completely bamboozled towards outside. Everyone knows what's going on here in GODSENT.
Hit again. Madden once more. It's going to be a thorn on their side, and he somehow just finds himself in the perfect position. Looking for more. Frolic though. Tech 9 in hand, but he's barely alive, and Crystal will tickle him to death. 13-9.
Everyone's favorite torture technique, of course.
Tickle to death, dude. Listen, man. I'd rather like.
I hate being tickled.
Yeah, me too. I'd rather just get shot if it
Yeah,
comes
me
down
too.
to
If
it,
anybody's
right?
gonna tickle me to death, I'd rather just be like shot in the head. Well, that would be if you're gonna die. I think being shot in the head's not the worst way to go because at least it's quick, right?
Yeah, at least it's quick, unless the person misses.
Yeah, that's morbid,
That's
but we'll move back.
It's very
on.
morbid.
Let's move back onto this this game. So, Copenhagen
Listen,
Flames.
it's a quarantine. We've been at home for a while. It's okay to be a little bit at times,
Yeah,
I guess.
and the internet in the UK is slowly dying. So, you know, at a certain point, we'll literally have nothing left to live for, Blair. So,
No food, no water, nothing to drink. That's fine. But internet dies. That's it. That is literally
done, yeah.
the end of civilization right there.
I don't know what I would do. I might actually have to. Well, there's nothing else to do. So, yeah. It is the end. Well, 13-9. Copenhagen Flames did go for a tactical pause, talking over some of the approaches that they could bring into the next few rounds. Not exactly going to be a perfect buy in this round. They're saving money in for the next. So it's going to be 14-9 most likely on the board here for GODSENT. And then we'll see Copenhagen Flames start their last stand. Well, GODSENT are looking like the team that are going to walk away with a win here in the series. Copenhagen Flames have to prove me wrong.
Have to prove a lot of people wrong. Tech 9, then. Oh, it's going to be free frag for him. Looking for more, but the Tech 9 will win that duel. Hooksy, though. Not allowed to escape. Michael Lele with the nade. Takes him down. Well, 3 Ts, though. Unfortunately. Actually, it might work on their favor. They do realize. I mean, they don't realize, but there's no one towards ramp. The fact that they spotted 2 players towards secret has managed to draw the rotation from the CTs, leaving ramp exposed, and Madden should be careful. He's dropped down. They've definitely heard him. They might be going for the double peeker. They will indeed, and they will get the kill, but not before he does find a frag for himself.
Phoenix up towards the top of the ladder. Molotov comes in immediately from GODSENT to prevent the peek over the top. They're just going from bad to worse for Copenhagen Flames in this round, but we'll see if they can wrap together a few more kills. Going towards lower bomb site wouldn't be the wrong call. Be a positive one with Chris already. Lele just being aware of the heaven peak. Still is in such a good position. He should be at least getting 1 kill in this position. They line up for him. There's the first. Now he confirms the last remaining players there. His teammates can get their move on and get back into the site. Fireleague already confirming the bomb plant, but winning this round is certainly possible from this guy. He's an incredible player, but just the deagle as he stands on default. There's the kill on the Michaelele, and he pulls it off on Sticko. The clutch comes in, and Fireleague will get a 10th round for Copenhagen Flames.
How many times has this guy just come in clutch for his team, right? 1v3, deagle in hand. The patience from that guy not to panic. And then 1v2 gets a bomb down. He can hear both of them running down through the vents. And he just has the patience of a saint, just nerves of steel, just walking all the way towards the silo. And then he just catches the first player off guard. And then, of course, finishes it up with a body shot onto the final player as well. So well played. And with that, I do believe he is now 2 frags short of dropping a 30 bomb in regulation here. And he has been the difference maker for Copenhagen Flames. They're still in this game because of this. Despite the fact they're trailing by 3 rounds, the fact that they're 10 rounds right now is because of the heroics of Fireleague early on in this game.
Thing about this, though, this guy he's another incredible Danish player that can AWP. What's going on with this country? They just keep pumping out good CS players.
It is ridiculous. It is. Are they like what, the 5th best team in Denmark right now?
So we have Astralis, obviously number 1. Number 2 would say North, and then Heroic. They've kind of fallen off a little bit.
Mad Lions.
Mad Lions are certainly up there, maybe even 2nd, I would say, actually. So it's between North and Mad Lions. I think Mad Lions definitely takes 2nd place. Then North 3rd, 4th is Heroic, and then 5th Copenhagen Flames. Pretty nuts.
Pretty nuts, and they're competing against some of the better teams. They've already beaten Contact, the ex crazy lineup, and yeah, man, I don't know what to put in the water. Maybe it's Anders' secret science experiment,
Producing clones for the simulation.
Yeah, it's all a simulation, and right now, simulation really not going well for the Danes, though. Let's see if it works out. I do believe there's a little bit of a monitor issue for one of the Danish players, but we have an immediate resume coming in. Hallelujah. To 10. GODSENT with what could be their last buy for a couple of rounds if this goes the way of Flames. Because if you look at the money, it is not ideal. If you look at the buy, it's also not ideal. Michaelele with the AWP, Sticko with the M4 alongside Crystal, and then of course Maiden and Zen with the MP9s. I'm expecting a little bit more aggression from the MP9s. Maybe a double man, maybe like a lobby pincer, maybe a double man ram push, something of the nature. Or maybe not. They've been holding these defaults in their upper bomb side and the ram, and it's been working out for them as well. So let's see how this plays out for Copenhagen Flames. So if they win this one, they have a very good opportunity to kind of close the gap and potentially get to 12 rounds at the very least.
And then certainly we're looking at them having to buy Fireleague a heap of drinks once this is all over. Because it has definitely saved him so many times in this game. Smoke execute towards outside. The wall of smoke's up. Refresh. Checking close, making sure no one is pushed up from the CT side to cause any problems. Zen is going to be prevented from walking up towards the top of the stairs at the moment, and then he does it to himself as well. Okay. Thanks for that. Oh, Zen's just not having a good time at all, is he? Oh no, I would just run away with that. I'm just giving up at this point.
At this point, it's just like throw away all the utility and
just drop your gun, become a pacifist, and hope that they don't kill you.
Well, that one works out, at least. A little bit of damage being eked out. But let's see how this one works here. Fireleague. The man, the myth, the beast. The op in hand. It's going to be leading the way here. Ooh, I like that cheeky boost. That could potentially catch Michaelele off guard. The hit comes in. They're getting pinned to the 3 players towards lower, but then with an MP9, that's not going to work at all. Michaelele, they know exactly where he is, but they need back with the form of Sticko. But Hooksy spots him out. That's a lower bomb site just executed. They barely took any damage whatsoever. And again, they kept it to the last minute, Dinko. It was like, I think, 25 seconds remaining on the clock when they went for that play, but this time, Lady Luck does smile down on them and gives them a little kiss. And that's going to be round number 11 for Copenhagen Flames. And for GODSENT, it is the call for the save. Crystal and Maiden have those 2 guns, but that's it. It's going to be USPs all around. And that's a golden opportunity for Copenhagen Flames to just grind back into this game.
Yeah, if I'm GODSENT, I'm starting to feel very scared at this point. You know, Copenhagen Flames have struggled, yes, on Nuke for the most part in the second half, but they've caught wind off the back of that hero play from Fire League. Allowed them to stay alive and gather a little bit of momentum. And now GODSENT's money's in the bin. Copenhagen Flames should be sailing to an easy 11th round on the board. GODSENT won't be able to buy for the next few, so this is going to be scary. Copenhagen Flames coming into this feeling comfortable now with the AKs, the ops, everything. Should just be going for a slow approach. The good thing about GODSENT is, you know, in these kind of rounds, they always have an idea. They don't throw these kind of rounds away. We even see it when they have full Glocks that are always still potent. We've seen that on Dust too. That's the good thing here for GODSENT, is they always come into it with a plan.
Indeed, they do. And right now, the plan is deal as much damage as they can. Or Crystal just pops off and wins this one single-handedly, but that is unlikely. Copenhagen Flames, once more. They're not a big fan of really showing themselves outside Queenix. Aware that up close could be dangerous against the SMG. He finds Sticko. And Madden doesn't quite swing wide. I thought he might potentially just push out wide to just get the trade, but instead he's just going to continue to hold the line. Flames once more setting up for the smokes towards outer. And they might take advantage of that. Why not? They're not going to be facing much of opposition, considering they know that, now they know that it's potentially an eco for GODSENT, at least for the majority of the players. So they can't take advantage of the AK-47s, use the long-range duels to their favor. They slowly creep up towards Secret. Not spawning anyone out. They have left Nodios towards upper lobby. And again, they're taking a sweet time, Dinko. That always worries me. 40 seconds. And they have a lot of angles to clear out.
They've still got the weaponry advantage and the mad advantage as well. They just don't want to be caught by any of these nukes and crannies. Crystal's going to be their main resistance point here. He's got the M4. Refresh is going to take his head off immediately. The USP towards Decon is very low indeed. Michael Lele dropping in the vent. Manages 1 kill on the USP, so he'd be happy enough with that, but he does get traded almost immediately. Nodius is ready for that ramp aggression, and this is flawless. Without the 1 player lost, of course, but flawless from Copenhagen Flames.
10
12
seconds
from the board.
and they get the bomb down. Yeah, but it just scares me, man. Always makes me a little nervous when they run the clock down. Especially, you know, when that happens, and there's a high chance, there's a high probability that you might be walking into a stack, especially against an eco, right? Sure, in this scenario, GODSENT didn't really go for a stack, and 3 of the players had USPs. But imagine a world where they had like CSs and they're all like stacked up towards Secret or something, and you have 20 seconds, you don't have time to really clear out all the angles, and you run straight into 5 CSs or like 5 Deagles looking down in your direction. That's it. You don't even like, you know, if the bomb goes down and they run away, you won't even have time to get the bomb down. So it always scares me, this old ancient Na'Vi-esque approach. The only team who could do it time and time again and defy the odds was Na'Vi a long time ago, and always worries me when this happens. However, 30-12. Flames have fought back. There are 1 round separating the EU mixed side from the Danish lads. They have the buy. And for GODSENT, despite having gone for the eco, Dinko, look at the utility they have remaining. 3 smokes, couple of flashbangs, 1 kit and crystal, and even if FAMAS in the mix, this is not the best of buys.
No, not at all. Barely any utility to play with. It's going to be Michael Lele, though, with a spam eventually. Connecting on towards Refresh, and Madden is trying to get aggressive, but he has been dropped to 19 HP. Still alive, though. Didn't react and didn't give away his position, so he can still have the element of surprise from behind at a certain point. But there's a minute left. Rotations come in towards the lower bomb side already. Fire League hitting the shot on towards Michael Lele. He has been dropped to 10 HP due to Sticko taking him down there, but the barrel spotted and Sticko dropped low. Madden comes in, seals the deal, and somehow Sticko is still alive. Oh my god. Nearly walks away with a couple of headshots there. Looked away at the wrong time. And that's going to be the Madden's demise. And while there's 35 seconds left, the T side start to flee straight up towards the vent. Stickle looking for the timing, the sound cue for the spam. But Crystal, it's on to you with the FAMAS. The Molotov goes in towards him. It actually connects. That gives away that he's there. And unfortunately, he can't move up on the planter. And so now Sticko stands into a 1v2. No kit available, no utility. And unfortunately, it is the end for him. The round picked up. It's even odds again. 13 apiece.
I can't believe Chris. Oh, that is so unlucky. Played that perfectly. He was at the right place at the right time. They tossed in a Molotov. He saw it come up, and he walked on out, and it hits him. It hits him, and that's the cue. That would have been the round because there was no one to defend the bomb planter. That round would have gone the way of GODSENT if the Molotov had not hit Crystal, and that is just... Oh, man, that's rough. And with that, the CD side economy is in the bin, Dinko. It's looking like the Zimbabwean economy at the moment, and that's not a good sign at all. And yeah, they've gone for the slight little bit of pistol investment and might as well throw a little bit of caution to the winds. They're pushed up towards the trophy room, or old radio as we used to call it back in the day, has Mr. Sticko. But Copenhagen Flames did play this right. If they play this right, this could be them going into the lead at the very end of the series here.
Incredible, to be honest, coming into this. And I think this is definitely looking like a good start for them. Hooksy and Nodius getting 2 early kills. GODSENT really displaying much of a chance in this round. In 4 seconds in play, Fireleague, you know, after his big clutch, we're like, oh, he's only 2 away from the 30 bomb. He's really struggling to get over the line there. 29 kills on the board now at this point. Just one more. Should be able to get it.
It should be, but the good sign is everyone has stepped up for his team right now. Queenix, the Nodios, they were all single digit for the longest time, but they finally, you know, raise their hands, Dragon Ball Z-esque, you know, just giving him their power, and it's working out for them.
And the impressive part is they've done it on the T side with no Kriegs.
Yeah, that's great. Although, you know, if you do get the Krieg, it's probably, you know, a handicap for you at this point.
Yeah, definitely.
They've just killed the gun, haven't they? They just killed it.
No,
you've been bitching about it too much. Here we go. We're going to kill the gun.
Yeah, exactly. It's just completely useless now. But Madden's starting to spring in from behind. It's going to be the CZ looking to try and pick up Queenix. He will get rid of him. AK collected now as well as he falls away. And while Sticko is going to be involved in a very awkward duel that he eventually will win. So a couple of AKs now in play for GODSENT. Probably just saving, and they don't have any kits to get back into the site. So saving their weapons over to the next one. But what I meant by that point is it's impressive that they're doing the hard work on the T side now that the Krieg isn't a factor, right? Because on Nuke, when you have the Krieg in hand, you know, a lot more rounds can be picked up easily because you can fight with that Krieg at long range. But it's almost more impressive now without the Krieg in play, because now you've just got to go back to normal CS, and Nuke was always traditionally CT sided. So it's impressive to see Copenhagen Flames doing all the heavy lifting and the hard work on the T side.
Absolutely, and you got to bear in mind as well, if you look at like continuing on your train of thought, when you do have the Krieg on the T side, if the CTs pick up the Krieg on Nuke, it can suddenly turn even more T-sided, right? So yeah, I won't lie, it's nice to see normal Counter-Strike resuming after almost a year now, and credit to Flames, they have really dug in and fighting back into this game. And for GODSENT, those 2 AK-47s being saved is a godsend. That's going to allow Madden to be dropped, and that's going to allow him to go for the full utility buy. Crystal... Sticko... Sticko's going to stick with the AK, though. They have a little bit of extra buffer, and this is a pretty decent buy, all things considered. Utility, obviously, almost non-existent for Michael, but that's fine. They have 3 kits as well, so they can definitely make sure that, you know, they can at least entertain a retake if that situation does arise. But for Copenhagen Flames, man, they have strung this one back 5 in a row. Can they make it 6 and get to map and match point is the question. Pretty much everyone's lips at the moment.
Well, it's do or die time for the European mixed roster. An interesting point to talk about is that GODSENT certainly have a capable coach behind them, Devilwalk, won the first ever CSGO major. And obviously with the rule set being decided that coaches will be allowed to talk pretty much throughout the entirety of this, they have Devilwalk behind them who can, or on the TeamSpeak server with him, who can definitely help this team. He's a very experienced player, calms the emotions on the team from experience seeing him at events. GODSENT, rely maybe on him to get them into a better mindset moving into this, because they know they still have this up their sleeve. The possibility is still theirs. Win this round. Potentially start their comeback trail into the game. Copenhagen Flames, a lot lies on this. The pressure now on. Utility going through. Smoke up for Hooksy to allow him to cross. Flash deep in towards Garage, and a follow-up one to flash the heaven position.
This can get murky. 2 players towards upper. And Zen hasn't heard anything. He knows a couple of players towards outer. And look at the wall coming in. And Queenix opens up towards ramp. Michael Lily with immediate trade. On out. The man advantage still in play with Copenhagen Flames. All the refresh is internally hemorrhaging. And Hooksy drops on down. It takes a chunk of his health taken out from him. Bomb going to be planted. And Crystal just going for the play. And how does no... that Crystal finds both. He's looking for more. Finds a third kill as well. He's just death matching in the lower bomb site. He's gonna get the defuse here. The final player is too far away. How has he done that? How has he done that? I don't know.
No, that is just crazy from Crystal. Just straight on towards the site, bursts out of the door, manages 3 kills. The third on the USP was just a straight up drive-by shooting. He was just going across the screen, takes himself a headshot, 14-14. And the hero play that GODSENT needed comes from Crystal. No one was expecting that.
We were talking about how he's not really, you know, the star player in the team, right? But it was known to be a pretty solid fragger back in the day, years ago. He's been around for quite a while. As he comes up so clutch for his team there. That was such a god tier play. And I don't know how... I forgot which player it was from Copenhagen Flames who was defending the C4 planter, how he completely whiffed that spray. But you gotta give credit to Crystal. That was insane. And that just might be the little bit of the push that GODSENT need to close this one out.
What a heartbreaking way it would be to lose if you were Copenhagen Flames, though. Oh, so hard to get into this position and then falls down around you. Under a minute in play. It's been a long battle. 3 hours of Counter-Strike. All comes down to this important round to turn the tables. It's going to be Refresh taking down Zen. Now they start their charge through the secret stairs, trying to get past the Molotov as they take a little bit of damage. Nodius is left tasked with holding the roof area. And with 35 seconds left, it's Crystal with 1 kill on the hole. The second as well. Crystal is just continuing to mow them all down. This is a hero performance from the in-game leader. When they need a hero play, he stands tall in 2 rounds. And now it's only Nodius left alone, coming back in from the A-bomb site. And Madden has his number, 15-14. GODSENT. They reach map point. And Copenhagen Flames looking for the fight back.
It's still doable, but Crystal, man, he just, I guess he stopped calling and he's like, listen, just do this all on my own. What a hole from the man. This massive play towards the lower bomb site just a round prior, then a 3k hole towards secret. This is just huge coming in from the IGL, as you said, Denko. And now 15-14, 1 more round. And for Copenhagen Flames, they have everything to work with. They have a full arsenal. The only thing missing is probably the kitchen sink. But let's see what they do. As GODSENT, they just probably want to just close this out at this point in time. 1 more round is all they need. And for Copenhagen Flames, they need to just drag it out and try and take it all the time. Because for Copenhagen Flames, bear in mind, if they get this win, they're going to be 2-0 right now in their group, and that is massive. And for GODSENT, if they lose this, they're going to be 0-2 down. They already lost to G2 earlier, so they want this win desperately, and this is the best chance they're going to get in a while. Because if it gets to OT, it's going to be Reset City, number 1, and number 2, the overtime rules are different from what's being played right now. It's a road to Rio. It's for the Valve Major, so it's a Valve overtime rule set. That's 10k.
Yes,
and that's something Chris is not a fan of, and I don't think anyone's a fan of that.
No. But it is what we have to deal with. Money then becomes a factor. GODSENT. Slow approach from the Copenhagen Flames side, not wanting to give away anything. Utility comes in. This is the final stand, the final rush. As they go on in with Utility, it'll be a final charge. As Refresh opens things up, Crystal dispatched with Refresh going huge. Michael manages one from Heaven, a second as well. And this is now into a 3v3. Refresh, Buxi, and Farleague, the 3 remaining players on the T side, and they will continue to find kills. Farleague finally getting his 30 bomb. It was a long while coming, but Zen is trying to get back up through the vent. His teammate Sticko finding a headshot, but GODSENT, they need to get Zen involved, and he can't get up the ladder. He needs Sticko to do everything. He's just being held in here. Sticko, he manages another kill. It's all on Hooksy, and now Zen just keeping the attention away. The defuse coming through. Zen flanks up behind. Hooksy with a headshot. Defuse comes through. What a way to end the game. 16-14, and GODSENT. What a weird round that was.